about CE5 and extraterrestrial contact, download my new book, now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple, and 14 other platforms. Book authored by Donald Ledesma. CE5, Frequencies of Contact.
Holy crap.
I believe it was 5 separate craft. That's some straight UFO shit right there.
That's when I started seeing all of the lights and the contact that I've been witnessing. I just kept filming and looking up at the sky, and it just started happening more frequently.
Look, what is that? What is that? What was that?
And Major Hector Quintanilla is now the chief of Project Bluebook. Major Quintanilla, what are the objectives of Project Bluebook?
As I'm standing there, I kind of, it's a very hard feeling to describe. Skinny arms, skinny legs, but I could only see about half of this thing.
It was just an eye-opening experience. There was a ship coming over the house.
It was like a white light sort of thing that we saw. It was coming out of a cloud.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Alien Strand Podcast. I'm your host, Donald Desma, and welcome to today. Man, I was trying to get this show about 10 minutes to 15 minutes earlier, but it just wasn't working. For some reason, I was putting it on and it was just bumping right off and bumping right off. I was like, what the heck's going on, man? But I don't know. It just decided to work all of a sudden, man. But anyway, welcome to today's podcast. We are live on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook right now. I can't believe it. What? It is what it is. And I guess it's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it, man. I know you guys will too. But, you know, I hope you guys have been watching the middle part 1, part 2. Part 3 just got in on Amazon Prime, so it will be released here in about 2 weeks, probably around there. All right. So get ready for part 3 to be coming out here pretty soon. And you know, it's going to be a pretty good one, man. I mean, everybody really enjoyed part 3. I am working on part 4 as we speak today. Last one's going to be about an hour and 20 minutes, hour, 15 minutes, something like that. The last film is going to be, it's going to show a lot of everything, right? But anyway, I just hoping you guys are enjoying this afternoon. Right now, it's raining down here in South Texas. You know, we've been getting puddles and bundles of rain. Man, I don't know. It's just, we had that hurricane come through about 3 weeks ago. We got nothing. And then all of a sudden, no hurricane, and then we're getting a bunch of rain. But hey, we'll take it, right? So it's nice and cool now, right? That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on the weather. So, you know, there's been a lot going on ufology and everything that's happening around the world, right? As far as ufology, things like that, right? And of course, you guys know I'm into Bigfoot, and of course, yeah, man, there was a new video that just came up. It's not new, actually. It was recorded in 1996. All right. So this video, this man finally found it. He said he'd had it for a while. He finally released it. I found it on another platform. So what you're going to get out of there is going to be what it is, right? And see who's saying hello there. Rain in New York and Michigan. Oh wow, nonstop. I believe it, man. It's flooding everywhere, you know, everywhere it can flood, you know. But as dry as it is down here, you know, we just need the rain. We need the rain, man. And I'm sure you guys need it too. But eventually after the rain, you're going to get snow up there, especially in that area, right? I wish I was in it. I love snow. I love that. I mean, it's just me. But hey, I live down here in South Texas. Anyway, I was talking about this Bigfoot video that was just released. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is the only thing I'm going to talk about Bigfoot right now, and then I'm going to get into the UFOs and extraterrestrials. Okay, so I only have one video of Bigfoot, but this Bigfoot video is you're going to see the size of this thing, man. You see the trees and how this thing peaks. I mean, I don't know, man. You know how people have talked about Bigfoot being 15 feet, 12 feet, and it's kind of hard for you guys to picture that in your mind, right? I always thought maybe a 9-footer, 10-footer, as big as I've seen. But when I saw this video, I was like, man, this thing's like double that size. And it just blew me away. I'm going to throw it on screen right here so you guys can check it out. Just tell me what you guys think of this. Check this out.
Along with him, here is his shocking footage.
Apparently this something is big, and I see some big trees. You can see his eyes.
He zooms in, and a good distance away behind the trees is a massive, unidentified creature. Its head peeks up from atop the pine tree, revealing a pair of piercing, glowing eyes. The man is surprised and very frightened by the creature, and can't believe he's capturing it on camera. This is when it lets out a guttural roar, shaking the skier to the core.
Yeah, but look at the size of that thing. That's what it has me kind of freaked out, man. And you see it pick its head up and then just roars, right? That, I don't know, man. I would not want to be anywhere in those woods when something that big is, you know, because, man, you just don't know what it's going to do. And we all we ever done was just kind of speculate and think about, you know, what these things might be friendly. You know, you just never know what it is. You know, they might be interacting with human beings, some of them, but you got to remember there's probably very many different species of this creature that maybe some of them are, let's just say, a little domesticated. Maybe some are not. You know what I'm saying? There might be some that, I mean, just think about humans, man. Think about human beings, how we are, right? Some of us are real nice. nice and dandy. But then you have the people that are just kind of dark, you know what I'm saying? That does some evil stuff, man. I mean, it's what do you think, man? I'm going to show it just real quick so you guys can see it again. If you just joined in, this is I thought it was 1996. It's actually 1992. Yes, I was alive in 1992. Shh, I'm not going to tell my age. Anyway, let me show this real quick again.
Along with him, here is his shocking footage.
Apparently this assembly is big, and I see some big and ugly. Holy, you can see his eyes. Fuck. What the hell you got?
He zooms in, and a good distance away behind the trees is a massive, unidentified creature. Its head peeks up from atop the pine tree, revealing a pair of piercing, glowing eyes. The man is surprised and very frightened by the creature, and can't believe he's capturing it on camera. This is when it lets out a guttural roar, shaking the skier to the core.
I mean, that guy dropped an F-bomb right there, right? And it scared the living crap out of it, man. I mean, what? I don't know, man. I've never seen anything that big before, right? Somebody says there, I believe there was a deal made with the aliens. Hey man, I don't know, maybe these things brought them. I always say that, you know, maybe there's I know there's a couple of documentaries out there about aliens and Bigfoot, right? They kind of they coexist together, but I don't know if the speculation has been made to where the determination actually of are they connected, you know, to that, you know, to is it they're the ones that brought it, right? Because you never really see too much about that, right? You know, I don't know. Amy says, my husband and I went camping, and each time we went, it was a large tree came tumbling down. It's happening 3 times. It's happened 3 times in a row. Not sure if it was something like Bigfoot or not. You know, I don't know. It's if it happened 3 times, well, then it's watching you. You know, what are the coincidences? Maybe once, twice, I don't know. 3 times a charm, right? So you got to think about it that way. You know, that's a possibility of that's what probably happened, right? And she says also, I believe they're connected to the natives. I've said that before too, right? And you know, I think we're all kind of we're all in sync with that part because maybe the natives had a little bit better connection because of the primitiveness, right? I'm talking about the way it was back then, not now, back then, you know, because before it was simple. Life was simple. It was primitive, just living off the land, you know, living off everything they found, you know, using tools of things that you made with flints, right? You know, to eat, right? To hunt, right? And so these things are hunter gatherers or the same kind of thing, you know what I mean, as far as the Bigfoot as well. So yeah, maybe they saw that the humans were doing the same thing and they kind of coexisted and maybe got along back then until we became kind of right, till we started, you know, actually having guns and then using those against these huge creatures, right, whatever they are, right? And you know, I don't put that past anybody of that the natives were connected. You know, I believe they were. There's a lot of stories in there, especially in on the Alaskan area, right? I think we've all been seeing some of that happen, you know, along the lines, you know, and that's what's always kind of gets me going. Like, wow, you know, it's sometimes you wish you can see one, but from a distance, right? You don't want one of these things too close up, you know, because you don't know how it's going to act, if it is or if it's not, if you believe in Bigfoot or if you don't. These things do happen to folks, you know, where they do come across these big, huge bipedal creatures, right? That do come across looking humanistic as well, right? And I hope we get some more good footage on that. Like that was some really great one. 1992, he held on to it. He finally found it and he put it out there. Man, thank you for that. That was just one of those good things that you just don't see old footage like that anymore. And it looked authentic to me. I know video and stuff. I know when crap is faked. I was going to say the S word, but it's one of those things where I know if it looks real or not. You know, there's a lot of times it's kind of hard to tell these days, but believe me, I work with a lot of colorization, and when I'm doing editing my films, I know when something looks doctored. Okay. So anyway, let's get back to UFOs, right? So there was this guy, and I think it was, I don't know, it was Puerto Rico or Mexico. He spotted this triangular shaped UFO up in the sky, and he even says it, and you'll hear him in the on the audio. He says that he's a skeptic about this, but he didn't know exactly what he was looking at. Check this out, and I don't know, man. I posted it up on my feed a couple days ago, but check it out.
Like, what? Wait, airplane? Airplane's making the noise, this one. It's gonna land there, like there's an airport there. Guys, what the fuck? Oh, this is not a, is it a weather balloon? Look at the shape though. And our balloons are still, oh my god, guys, what the fuck is that? Zoom out. Honestly, if that's a UFO, like Medellin is a city full of cell phones and people like fucking photographing shit, so we'd fucking hear about it. Like, this is the first time in my life that such a thing is happening to me, like a UFO sighting, whatever. I'm a huge fucking skeptic, like huge, but also like want to believe, you know. What the fuck is it?
Yeah, you heard him. He says, I'm a huge skeptic, and I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. You know, yeah, that was an awesome catch. You know, I think Amy was saying also, we're going to get back to the Bigfoot. She says, I think they dislike because what we are doing to everybody on Earth. Yeah. Who knows is the arrowheads are made by Bigfoot itself. Hey, it's a possibility. But as far as that UFO right there, that was, the guy's catching this thing in broad daylight. He's dropping a lot of F-bombs, whatever, on there. It's not like we never heard it before, but you know, it's a great video, man, because and I love to see videos like that because of the skepticism, right? There's a lot of people out there that are on these Facebook trolls. You know, they're grouping, they go to these groups to troll, and they don't believe anything until they see it for themselves, right? And once they do that, they're like, oh wow, you know, that's exactly what, you know, I can't believe what the hell I'm seeing, right? And there it is, right? I don't know, man. And to me, it's like you're not going to believe it until you see it, right? And luckily, this guy was able to see this thing and record it because it looks so much like what we've always been seeing. These pictures are from 1970s, you know, 1990s, and where these jets are chasing this triangular pyramid looking shape, like a diamond shape almost. They're chasing this thing, and nobody really knows, you know, what it is, right? And then when we see something like that, then it's there, right, for our own eyes to see. Okay, you were catching it live on video, right? And that's what it is, right? It was one of the best ones I've seen so far, as far as like that, right? And of course, we do see them out of aircraft as well, right? And this one is I'm gonna show you this one real quick. This one was caught on the way to Colombia. The guy's talking in Spanish. Check this out real quick. It just comes real close to the airplane, and it's just crazy.
Esto es increíble. Me dice que mire por la ventanita y es que al lorito loro lo que hay ahí. Si lo veo no lo creo. Y de repente, ¿qué pasará? ¡Pum, pum, pum!
Yeah. He's saying if he hasn't seen it, he's not gonna believe it, but he's seeing it right there, right? So and that's a really nice video too, right? Because they're catching these things. They're good. Have you noticed this, or is this just me? Y'all guys tell me. Have you noticed that these things are getting closer and closer to aircraft, like really close to where the people are can see these things broad daylight or even at night? Now the pilots are starting. I just had a meeting today with Terry Lynch and a couple of people for the Middle Four, right? And we're talking about that. That this aircraft pilot is starting to see these lights in New Mexico more and more now. And this is at nighttime. He's a regular pilot. He says, I've never seen these before, but now I'm starting to see them more and more. They're different areas, but they're three lights, three crafts in the sky. And he's a pilot, man. So, and now these pilots are starting to talk more. They're starting to talk more about what's happening around them, right? And what if you make so close contact with a UFO craft that it actually is almost as close to your window, right? What would you do if you saw something in your window that's so close that nobody would believe you, right? What you're seeing. All right, I'm going to show you this video. This was here in the United States. I don't know if it was in Texas. I think they said it was in Texas. I'm not sure. But this one is going to blow you away because what I just explained, what it was, it's actually one right there by somebody's window. And it's going to be hard for you to believe, but this is really believable. Check this out. That's a slow motion craft. The strange thing about that one is that it knows you're watching it because it shined its light towards that person that was recording this with their phone or cell phone from inside the house, right? Now, did you see how close that thing was? It was floating, and something like that would freak the hell out of people, right? And is not wondering what it is, but this craft it's so close to their window, to their backyard. I couldn't believe that somebody caught this. And the strangeness of it is that, how are people going to believe you if you don't see this, right? And I'm going to show you one more time so you guys can see it again, just real quick. I want you just to look at the UFO, look how it acts, and look what it does, right? So it's floating there. It's not a light. It's not nothing on a pole. Just watch it. Donna Ledesma, my sister watching. Hey, how's it going, sis? She says, that was crazy. Yes, it is. I mean, and you can see this craft, it's not very big. It's not very big, and that's the weird thing. Have you ever heard? I think I've told this story before. There was one out there in the East Coast, up by New Jersey, some little town. It's like got an England name. I forgot about it. I forgot the name. Right, I can't remember it. But there was this lady. She said that she saw something in her window that looked like little lights. Right, and when she went outside, she saw this small UFO with little tiny men walking out of it, like one or two tiny little men. She said they were little bitty, right? And this was like, I think 1972. She was by a lighthouse somewhere around there. and she was a school teacher, by the way, and she saw something like what I just showed you right now. Because if you notice, it's not very big as far as a UFO, right? It's small. So what if this is one of those, right? And this is what I always talk about on a lot of my podcasts, right? How we put the pieces together, right? And how we figure out maybe this is a possibility that could be the same kind of UFO, right? Maybe the same craft. We don't know. We didn't see no little ETs in there, but definitely saw something there, right? And it almost looks cylindrical, right? And that's the strange thing. People see that all the time, right? Like this one here. This one, it was caught around, I think, the United States as well, and they got some really good photos of this thing, right? I don't know there was a video, but there sure is really good photos, and right there is really good detail of what this thing is, right? And this is a large one, by the way. This is a large cylindrical craft right up in the sky. It's just that you happen to zoom in, you can catch it right as it's going, as they're filming. Almost looks like a face. Look at the cloud below it on the bottom right. Look at that. Looks like a face, doesn't it? That's strange. That's kind of spooky, right? Kind of look at that. You can see it like it's not. Look at that face. I didn't even notice that till now. Wow. Wow. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it'll watch. Right there. Look at the face at the bottom. So it's moving because look, and then it gets closer and then it turns. So, yeah, that is crazy. Ryan Keaton, what's up, my brother? He made it. How you doing, man? Yeah, we had that meeting with Ryan today. Look, did you see this thing? Oh my God, is this a trip or what, man? I mean, it don't get any better than that, right? And that's what I've talked about. How we see these shapes and stuff in the clouds that maybe we're just imagining what we're seeing, but man, that sure looked like a face to me. I don't know about you guys. Does it look like a face, or I'm seeing things? Am I seeing things? Watch when it comes right there, bottom right. Look at it, the cloud. Is that strange or what? Look at that. I mean, it looks right there. Look, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just seeing stuff. Yeah, I haven't been drinking it. I'm not stoned out my mind. So anyway, I know I'm seeing these things, but what if these extraterrestrials are, that come close to your door, and then that's when you say, well, ain't nobody gonna believe me, just like this one, right? Nobody believed this guy when this little ET was in that this was about 10 years ago. This ET was kept on sticking his head in the doorway, and people wouldn't believe this guy, right? They wouldn't believe him of what he was seeing. Now look at this extraterrestrial, right? Look how it looks, right? See that? Remember you got that image? Now look at that. Look at the bottom right picture of the extraterrestrial. You see that? And that was 5 years ago on this one. And this one, look at the eyes. Look at the shape of the head. Does that look similar to you? And they were saying this guy that took this photo or a video of it was pulling everybody's leg and was full of crap, right? But then you get these as well, and it looks just like that ET. And this was years later, right? These two were getting beamed up on a ship on top of a mountain. I'm sure everybody's seen that when they played over and over on Facebook, because you could see it. But and that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's putting the pieces of the puzzle together of these extraterrestrials are real. They're not fake, man. This is what people are seeing every day, right? I witnessed the Bigfoot, the extraterrestrial craft in the window, the one that came close to the airplane. We saw the one in Puerto Rico or wherever it was in Mexico, that diamond shaped one. This is what people are catching every day, and it's disclosure really in reality, because they're showing you exactly what they're seeing up in the skies, right? And I had to share those today because it was their recent, and even though they're older, they make sense to me as far as like the extraterrestrial, how they look, the Bigfoot, everything like that. It all comes together, right? And when if you guys have seen as much photos and videos of UFOs and extraterrestrials as much as I have, man, you're going to know that a lot of these images, they start coming together after a while. So if anybody was to go through my phone, if I have to die, you gonna see no nasty there. But if you go through my phone, once they see the pictures, I'm going to have over thousands of photos and videos of UFOs. That's all I have in my phone, man. Because I save everything, because you know why? I want to show this to the world, and I want people to see what's real and what's not. And I show what's not real too as well. Right. And it's just me. But I want to express how much the gratitude that I have for you guys for watching today and just kind of paying attention to what's out there, right? Especially when you see one of these things sticking his head in the door, right? If you do, hey, I don't know what to do. There's only two things you can do: is either scream at it, tell it a joke, or say a prayer. One of the two, and it'll go away, right? That's exactly what will happen. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to explain, really, in reality, of what we keep coming across, right? Yeah, Ryan says the pics keep getting better and better. Yep. Donna says, I see a face. Kelly Green is crazy. It is. All that stuff is crazy, and they call us crazy. But yet these images, these videos, and everything's available for us to see now on a lot of these social media platforms, or wherever you're seeing this thing, even here on Alien Strand, here on Rumble, on YouTube, everywhere, right? And that's what this is about. It's about disclosure and getting the information out to you guys. Thank you guys for watching today. It was a short one. I just wanted to kind of get these across to you guys and show you exactly what you're seeing, right? And what other people are seeing. Got a podcast coming up this weekend with Mr. Terry Lynch. I had a good talk with him today. I hadn't seen him. Talked to him in months, man. He's been fighting fires and all kinds of stuff, but he will be on the podcast this coming probably Friday or Saturday. We're going to be talking about the earthquakes, the recent earthquakes. We're going to be talking about the recent UFOs and a lot of things that have been happening around the world. We're gonna break a lot of these images down and find out what's happening with Mr. Terry Lynch, right? And the things that he's got a story to tell in Area 51. I'm going to tell you that. Anyway, stay tuned for that. That's coming up this week. Be Friday or Saturday with Mr. Terry Lynch. That'll be coming up. And it'll be a great podcast, for you guys to chime in on, talk to him. And, he's been out of the circuit for a little bit. He's been working his butt off. And he's got to spend a couple of weeks off before he gets back to the work. All right. But until then, thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good day. Have yourselves a good evening. And have yourselves a good night. Don't forget Alien Strand Podcast. Give me a thumbs up, man. Follow me. Thumbs up. We'll see you soon.
with Realty Executive in Corpus Christi. I'm here to help you with all of your real estate needs. Give me a call today at 361-851-4466 or email me at kellygreen@realtyexecutives.com. I am on Facebook, Kelly Green Realtor. Call me today.
Time to say goodbye to Starbucks and say hello to Rumble 1775 Coffee. Unlike other brands, this coffee backs up free speech and it's unapologetic about it. 1775coffee.com. Use promo code STUDIO40 to get 40% off any coffee subscription. This coffee comes in medium and dark roast. It also comes in peaberry, which is similar to Kona coffee. In other words, this stuff is premium. Click on the link in the live chat or description. It'll follow directly to 1775.com. Use promo code STUDIO40 to get 40% off today.